Well, good Thursday morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on After GMS on our Facebook live stream. Always fun to be able to chat with you guys one-on-one. And it's exciting because it's Friday Eve.
Yes, that's the better way to describe Thursday. But really, we've been spoiled in the weather department this week. Taran, despite some clouds and fog and a little bit of drizzle, I'm really enjoying how warm it is for March.
Yeah, not too bad at all out there this morning. Yeah, you may need a light jacket or something like that if you're cold-natured, but all in all, we are in for a decent day temperature-wise today, but tomorrow is really the day that I'm looking forward to. As we look across the area from our weather camera network, you see the cloud cover. And we do have some areas of dense fog in spots. It's not as widespread this morning as it was yesterday morning, but there is some of that out there to watch out for. Temperatures again, 40s, low 50s across the entire area. 52 Winston-Salem, 51 in Greensboro. The clouds are moving in, though. They're going to continue to thicken up as we go through the day. That's ahead of a very powerful storm system that is getting organized just off to our west. That is going to produce likely a significant tornado outbreak across the deep south. You see that pink bullseye there. That is a high risk of severe storms. That is a 5 out of 5 on the scale, and that extends essentially just northeast of Jackson, Mississippi, all the way up towards the Florence, Alabama area, just to the west of Huntsville, Alabama. Then there's a larger area of moderate risk there in red that goes from Jackson all the way up to the Memphis area. So we're going to keep an eye on that part of the country as we go through the day today. Again, we're expecting a significant tornado outbreak down that way. The good news for us is that situation, or at least that system, will weaken as it gets closer to us. So through the day today, we'll see some scattered showers, especially if you live in the foothills. And then that right there is going to be what's left of what once was a line of severe storms. That will move through overnight tonight. Not expecting any type of significant severe weather with that. There could be a storm or two that produces some gusty winds. We'll keep an eye on it for you. A few showers early tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon we're going to see a lot of sunshine. Today, highs will make it into the low 70s, but I want to emphasize this. It may feel cooler than that just because of all the cloud cover around. That's not going to be the issue tomorrow afternoon. We're going to see sun and temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then through the weekend, we'll see those rain chances go back up. Saturday probably starts off dry, and then we'll see those rain chances go up Saturday late in the day through Saturday night on into the day Sunday. And then we're cooler but drier as we start early next week. That's a quick look at your 7-day forecast.
And Trey, I know a lot of eyes are on that storm in the south right now. I was just texting a friend that lives in Nashville about, hey, do you know this storm is coming? Be aware of what's happening down there.
Oh yeah, it looks to be a significant event. I would be shocked if we weren't unfortunately showing some images of what the storms did today, tomorrow morning on the Good Morning Show. And it's rare to have a high risk of severe storms, but this is going to be the second one in just over a week down in that part of the country. Before last week's high risk, it had been several years before there was a high risk of severe storms. So, we'll have to see how things unfold. I will say this, there were several tornadoes last week in Alabama. This storm system looks stronger than the one last week from where I stand right now. So again, if you do have friends and family down in that part of the country, I know, it's way away from North Carolina, but a lot of folks, as Stacey was mentioning, have friends in Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. Please encourage them to make sure that they stay weather aware and tune in to whatever their favorite local television station is down that way. Through the day today, there's probably going to be 2 rounds of severe storms for those folks down there. So I'm certainly going to be keeping a close eye on it myself. But as far as North Carolina is concerned, we are expecting that system to weaken as it approaches us. So that's a little bit of good news for the local area.
Yeah, that is good news. Definitely keep those people in your thoughts and prayers today. But we are going to stick with weather today for our first conversation because we love to talk about weather here on the Good Morning Show. And the warm near 80 degrees temperatures almost here this morning. We want to know, what do you prefer when it comes to weather? Is it the warm and muggy or cool and cloudy? Now, to me, this kind of seems like a no-brainer. Obviously, choose the warm weather, right? But oh, the mugginess, that's not the fun part. My hair just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger in that kind of weather, but I would take that any day over cool and cloudy. At least the sun will be out, right?
Yeah. I agree 100%. I grew up in the Midwest. I've had enough cold to last me a lifetime. I moved to North Carolina and everyone said, oh, you know, North Carolina's in the South. It should be a lot warmer than you're used to year round. But either they were just, you know, being nice about it, or they didn't anticipate the bad winters we had a few years ago for several years in a row. Of course, then we got these milder winters the past couple of years, which has been nice. But all in all, I do prefer our North Carolina weather to the weather in my home state of Missouri. And I've grown to love it over the years, even as it has fluctuated, you know, with the ups and downs of the heat of summer and the really cold temperatures of winter. But I would not mind being warm, even hot all year round. I'm comfortable at like 80 degrees.
Me too.
Yeah, 80 is good. Of course, when you factor in the humidity and the mugginess and then the mosquitoes, all the bugs that love to feed on that type of weather, it becomes a little irritating. But any day, Turan, I would take it to cold.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm right there with you. I like warm weather, and you know, there's good and bad and everything, but give me the mugginess, give me the mosquitoes. Give me the temperatures in the 80s, and I'm good to go. Once we start getting to the 90s, I might get a little irritable, but I can still handle that better than I can handle the cold air, and that's for sure.
Well, a lot of people are weighing in so far on this conversation. Jason said, I'd rather have it like it is now, cool in the mornings, warmer afternoons, and if it's cold, you can always put more clothes on. If it's warm, you can only take off so much. I hear people say that all the time.
Yes,
I get your point, but also I don't know. I'm always cold. I think that's the issue. Megan, you and I both are always very cold, so we enjoy stepping outside and it's warm. Heather says she likes warm and dry with a little bit of mugginess, just like a little touch of it, a little spice of a little bit of it. Joe says warm. Michael says heat. Janelle says give me summer. I could not agree more. Bobby says sunny and warm, but Lorian, oh, and my Facebook just shut down, but I think she said something about liking it cold. I don't know why it just kicked me off, but I'll let you go ahead and read some comments.
Yeah, while I pull up those comments or refresh them at least, you know, I will say there's an old joke that I've come back to every year. It says the coldest season in the South is summer at the office. Because the air conditioning is blasting, trying to get rid of some of that mugginess that you sometimes feel inside the building. I know we feel it here in the studio sometimes in the heat of summer because those garage doors leading out to our weather garden open and close. And so, you know, you get that kind of sense of stickiness even inside. Yeah, but the air conditioning, it's too cold for my liking sometimes. Heather's family, as you mentioned, from Arkansas says the weather here is similar except the winters. That's true. And then David said moved from Western North Carolina to South Florida because of the winter weather.
How funny. Now, I did notice, so, you know, I think the weather is very similar between Arkansas and here in North Carolina, but I will say the humidity, I think, is much worse. I mean, I just go home and it's just like the air is heavy, it's sticky. I know all my friends love me when I decided to get married in Arkansas in the middle of August. So that's the only difference I've really noticed. So if you think that our humidity is bad here, just at least even go to Texas, okay? They've got it bad. Turan's shaking his head, he knows.
Yeah, East Texas in the summer, just it's oppressive humidity. West Texas in the summer is dry heat, but you know, either way, it's just hot. So there you go.
Yeah, if anyone watching the feed right now has like a home remedy for taming humidity and something that prevents your hair from getting super frizzy, besides those expensive products that you can buy out on the market, let me know. I've been trying to figure this out for years. I was telling Stacey the other day, I was looking back at some old reporting clips from just a few years ago, and I can tell the stories that I did in the summertime because my hair was just it's frizzy.
There's nothing you can do.
Nope.
There's literally nothing you can do.
You just got to accept it. Rock it and know that everybody's in the same situation.
Yep. Yeah. Unless people that have like board straight hair, theirs don't change. But for Megan and I, who have naturally kind of wavy hair, it's just, it all goes out the window when you're outside.
Yeah. We just got to embrace it, like I said.
Turan, I'm sure you totally understand what we're saying here.
Yeah, you know, I was having that same issue, so I just cut it all off, and now I'm good to go. Now I'm good to go.
Easy peasy. All right, we'll have another fun conversation coming up in just a minute, but we do have some headlines to get you caught up on this morning. Governor Roy Cooper's new executive order easing restrictions and expanding business capacity takes effect tomorrow. That means facilities like the Greensboro Science Center can operate at 100% capacity. After nearly a year of limiting visitors, the center staff says they plan to fully open, but do so safely. All of their COVID-19 cleaning protocols will stay in place, and guests will still be encouraged to stay 6 feet apart from others. Here's a reminder of what the governor's new executive order includes. Retailers, museums, and personal care businesses like salons can open to full capacity. Restaurants and breweries can do 100% outside, 75% inside. For bars, it is 50% inside and out. In all cases, though, customers must stay 6 feet apart, and the mask mandate remains. Randolph County health leaders say vaccine appointments are now open to groups 1 through 5, meaning they're opening up appointments to anyone who meets the age requirements. Davidson and Rockingham counties made similar announcements this week, and you can find information on how to get an appointment on these clinics on our website. Guilford County Schools received its final shipment of laptops as some of its students continue to do remote learning, but other Triad districts are focused on getting all students back in their classrooms full time right now. WFMI News 2's Denise McMiller has a look at where in-person learning is happening.
Well, here in Guilford County, middle and high school students are still learning on a hybrid schedule with some remote learning. Pre-K through 5th grade are learning in person full time with minimal social distancing. Monday, Asheboro City Schools pre-K through 5th graders began attending school 4 days a week, with Wednesdays still remote. The same goes for those at Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools. Rockingham County pre-K through 5th graders are learning in person 5 days a week, and all students are learning in person in Stokes County. I spoke with one mom who says she's already seeing the difference being in school makes for her 11-year-old son.
We can already see the improvement in both his attitude, his personality, his grades, just his eagerness to get back to school and being wanting to be able to learn more and being less distracted and less aggravated at home.
Rockingham County upper grade levels will return 5 days a week next week. In April, Asheboro City Schools 6th through 12th grade will move into Plan A. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools plans to have a school board meeting tonight where they will discuss bringing middle and high school students back under Plan A. And Guilford County plans to do the same tonight at a work session.
Okay, this next conversation is strange, so be prepared. And if you're eating breakfast, you may want to push it aside for a second, okay? We're talking about weird foods, and to start, specifically eating bugs. Millions of cicadas are expected to emerge this spring in North Carolina after living underground for 17 years. But here's the catch. Some people actually have an appetite for those googly-eyed insects. Ugh. Turns out they're edible, offer a lot of protein, and they're gluten-free. This got us thinking, what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten? One viewer texted in saying, chicken salad, mustard and cheese sandwich, and pickle and pig feet, but not together. Okay, I see. Another viewer said, I ate rattlesnake once, tasty. Okay, and this comment said, the weirdest thing I've eaten is cow tongue. What? They said my mother sliced it to look like deli meat. My siblings and I had no clue, so we made sandwiches with it. It was good until we were told what it was. Cow tongue? That's so cruel.
I've heard of it before, not to waste food.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that, when it was sliced up and they ate it, no problem. But when they were told what it was, all of a sudden it's a problem. That shouldn't make a difference. If it tasted good, then yeah, it tastes good.
But it's cow tongue.
But if you don't know, and it tastes just like anything else.
I guess. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of things that I've eaten in my lifetime, and I had no clue what it really was. But the thing that I did know that I was eating, and I tried at a fair in Arkansas, was alligator, and it was fried on a stick, like most things at the fair are. I tried it. It wasn't what I expected, and it just tasted like chicken to me. I just took one bite and ate that, and then I was like, I'm good. I tried it, I'm good. I've also had calamari, which I feel like isn't too out there, but I don't think I would ever try like crickets or ants or anything.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
was trying to remember a few years ago at one of the fairs here in the Triad, there was all this buzz, literally, about cricket lollipops, I think they were.
Oh.
You know, a lot of cultures around the world eat bugs. It is good protein, and in areas where food is not as plentiful as it is here in the U.S., it's totally normalized and accepted, and a great source of protein for people who want it and need it and like the way it tastes. I would be more apt, I think, to eat a cicada than I would, as I said on the Good Morning Show, to eat some of these delicacies like foie gras, for example, which is duck or goose liver. Although Turan has a different opinion about that, you say it's quite good.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's just heavy. It's almost like eating a stick of butter. Not that I know what eating a
What?
stick of butter tastes like or feels like. No, I haven't done that, believe it or not. But it has that same consistency, and when I was younger I could eat more of it, but now I can eat a couple bites and I'm like, okay, that's rich enough for my blood. That'll do it. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll do
I
it.
feel like you're a lot more adventurous than Megan and I.
Yeah.
I like different types of food, and to Megan's point, like I like different cultures and seeing what they like to eat. Like I'll try almost any type of food at least once. Now sometimes I won't like it. I ate escargot once, didn't like it, but I tried it. I was in France, so I was like, why not? I'll give it a shot.
So have you tried
Ravi?
any bugs or like crickets or anything like that?
I'm not going to tell you a fib, so yes. Actually, I tried, it was at some event, the first job I had in this TV business, and they were cooking, like, actually cooking the crickets and seasoning them and all that stuff, so I tried one. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Didn't really have a flavor to me, though.
Just crunchy.
It was crunchy. Yes, it was very crunchy. I wouldn't do it again, but it was very crunchy. So, yeah,
I saw y'all just pull the camera up on my face because I'm sure it was a beautiful view of me.
Just looking at me with disgust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you get your feedback up and running, Stacey?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Okay, so Nadine said that she's had alligator, chicken livers, burnt bagels. Poor thing.
Burnt bagels.
She said
Sounds like
this
me.
morning she just kept burning bagels every time she made it. So that's funny. She included that. Bobby says chocolate covered ants. Yuck. Joe says calamari. She tried it, but I
that's
won't
good.
have it again. Yeah, I mean I've had it fried. What is it? Fried squid. Yeah,
Yep.
it's okay. Homer says duck eggs. So, and then Bobby said, I've heard worms are an excellent source of protein. I remember in elementary school we read the book How to Eat Fried Worms. Do y'all remember that? No.
I don't remember that.
No?
one.
Okay,
No.
there's a book called that. I don't know. I think it was like in 3rd grade we read it. And then my teacher said she was going to make fried worms for us to eat. It was just like hot dog cut up, but we were convinced that we had eaten fried worms.
Oh my.
It's a funny book.
I have a feeling that worm eating is probably in my future with a little boy at home running around, very interested in putting everything he sees into his mouth. So we'll see how that goes this spring. I've seen the worms already starting to come out and about, and then with the cicadas, Turan, as we verified previously on the Good Morning Show, these brood X cicadas, which come out once every 17 years, this particular brood with the red eyes, the distinguishing characteristic, they come out when the soil temperature is about 64 degrees, so we should be getting there pretty soon.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that point. I mean, as you just start to look at the 7-day forecast as we move forward, the ups are higher and now the dips in the temperatures are lower. So instead of are not as low. Instead of seeing temperatures go from, hey, we're going to make it to 65 today for a high, and then we're going to dip down to 42 next week, it's almost 80 on Friday, and then down to the 60s as we go through early next week. So as we continue to get longer stretches of temperatures, really, you want the afternoon temperatures probably in the 70s to get that ground temperature up. We're going to be there probably in a few weeks. I would be surprised if we didn't start seeing them come out, if not in mid to late April, definitely in May.
Well, and that just leads us right into that 7-day forecast, Tran.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at it. Here's the roller coaster of temperatures that isn't all that bad. Today we'll make it to the low 70s, but I continue to emphasize it will feel cooler than that because I think it's going to be completely overcast. If not overcast, mostly cloudy. Small chance of a few showers this afternoon, better chance of showers and probably at least a couple of thunderstorms overnight tonight. A few showers may linger into early tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon is looking gorgeous. There are all indications that we're going to see a lot of sunshine tomorrow afternoon, and I put a high temperature of 79 degrees there, but that's really probably on kind of the conservative side of the way the forecast could go. There's a lot of upside for the high temperature on Friday, so we could make it well into the low. Maybe up to about 83, 84 in a few spots Friday afternoon. Then it gets cooler, a little cooler for the weekend with those rain chances returning, and much cooler early next week with highs back down into the low to mid 60s Monday and Tuesday.
Looking forward to this warmer weather, even if it does entail some rain.
Yeah, you take what you can get, and you know, I definitely will take all the warm air I can get for sure.
And all the foie gras.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just
man.
don't go outside in the heat after that. It's like eating butter. You don't want to do that. Don't drink milk or eat butter before you go outside. Don't eat foie gras either. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's all wrapped up in the same.
And we'll have to wrap up this After GMS program. It's been so much fun, as always, chatting with you. We do this every weekday at 7:45 on the News 2 Facebook page.
We hope you have a great day. Maybe eat something a little different. You know, hopefully we've inspired you. See you later.